So I will ask a question. Someone has sugar cravings. So what is the reason and how to prevent? So what is the reason for sugar craving? When you eat a meal, after your meal, you have sugar cravings. So the problem is you started your meal with something that increases your glucose spike suddenly, bread or something like that, or some sweet. So because the sugar spike is suddenly high and there is a sudden fall, then your brain needs sugar. Your body needs sugar. That's why you have sugar craving. You go to a restaurant, they give you some complimentary, some breadsticks or some pani puri or something else. When you eat that, suddenly you were hungry and suddenly your sugar level rises. That food is designed that it has to have a fast, rapid fall. Now, because you have a rapid fall over the time of 80 minutes, 60 minutes, 90 minutes, by the time you finish your meal. So whether waiter times it, the good restaurant, they time your meal. By 90 minutes, the waiter will come and ask, would you like to have a dessert? By this time, you already have a sugar craving. Though you had full, though you could not finish your main course, but there is always a space for dessert. Same mechanism is happening with you every day. You eat something, after some time of finishing your meal, you want to order Swiggy, some cake or ice cream. You think it's summer, that's why ice cream. No. The problem is your sugar has dropped drastically. Your sugar has dropped. So you need to increase it. One aspect. Second aspect, you have repeated sugar cravings because when you satisfy your sugar cravings, when you satisfy with whatever you eat, either a dessert, sweets, cake, ice cream, chocolate, that releases dopamine. So now you're related to blood sugar, the cravings is satisfied sometimes, but still you have the craving because you were always stimulating your brain with the sweets and that was releasing you dopamine. So there was a reward, the feeling of some, yeah. So sometimes you eat some particular cake or ice cream and you feel awesome effect. That is a release of your dopamine. And to get the dopamine again, you want to eat more. You want to eat frequently. So there are two mechanisms. One is there is a rapid rise and rapid fall of sugar. That's why you have sugar craving. Second is you release dopamine in your brain. You need repeated same reward. So that is acting as your reward mechanism to feel you happy, to make you happy. So is there a solution for it? So come to first point. First point is the sugar cravings. There is a rapid rise and rapid fall. So we need to have a gradual rise and slow fall. For gradual rise and slow fall, you need to shift the sequence of your meal. Vegetables and salad should come first. Throughout the meal, you will have things which will help you maintain your sugar. So you are trying to avoid sweets. In the morning, the breakfast is very important. You will not have sweet breakfast. The bread, butter, jam is the worst breakfast you can have. You will have savory breakfast, khara breakfast. So when you have sweet breakfast, there is a sudden rise and sudden fall. So when you have savory breakfast, there is a gradual rise. By the time you have lunch time, you need that food. So first is you need to increase your, make this gradual rise. For gradual rise, shift your food, vegetables and salad in the beginning. During the meal, have more vegetables. You eat one chapati and little bit sabji. You need to increase the portion of the sabji. You have dal bhaji, but you take only this much dal and this much rice. So you need to increase the dal equal to the rice. During the meal, you also take lemon in whichever things you like. You add curd. So both the things, they will slow your peak. Gradual rise. Now for to prevent rapid fall, there are 5 food items which we discussed last time. Number one and the most effective is apple cider vinegar. How to select? So we'll come to that. How to select? Number one is apple cider vinegar. Number two, cinnamon. Number three, cinnamon in your food. Number three, or cinnamon water. Number three, lemon. Lemon is not so strong, but it is still good enough. Or citrus fruits. It can be orange or any citrus. Number four, the curd. Number five, vegetables. There is number six also, which is wine. But the side effect of wine and the cost of wine is so much that benefits are gone. So don't start doing it. And if you start drinking wine, then your dose will increase over the time because you are going to get addicted. Plus, it has emotional turbulence effect. So not worth. Plus, it is a huge cost. Not worth. Other alcohol, they don't protect you for a rapid fall. So don't fool yourself if you want to drink something else. You can choose to drink something for fun. Don't rationalize it. You are drinking for your good health. Now, whenever you have a patient who has sugar cravings, you ask, what is your thali? So you will try to modify their thali. You will try to add some 2 units of vegetables. It can be 50-gram cabbage, which will consider as a 1 unit. Cucumber, radish, carrots, whichever you like. Don't tell them lettuce. There is no superpower. Lettuce is not available every time. Lettuce is costly and not everyone likes it. Don't ever mention avocado to people. It has no scientific proven benefit of doing anything else. What you can do is you can probably add green tea or lemon tea. You can also add ginger water or yeah. Limit your water intake during the meal. 30 minutes also during the meal also. But we are humans. So sometimes we are going to have sugar cravings. So whenever you have sugar craving, you need to use your willpower if you want to prevent it. If you want to prevent eating sweets, you need to use your willpower to stop sweets. Instead of that, cut your salad, put some apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar, and then eat it. This will immediately stop your sugar cravings. Now try to understand this physiology of sugar craving, why it is happening, either in diabetes or a normal patient. First, take in a normal patient. So the food feedback, there is a feedback for satiety center that you are satisfied now with the food. That feedback center, when you have immediate rise of glucose, so that feedback center is now activated, that I'm satisfied. But there is a sudden fall in glucose. Then the feedback center, it feels that, oh, there is a sudden drop in sugar. Though this drop was not below normal. It was always normal this till now. But drop was from high. And this feedback center was accustomed for high, acclimatized for high blood glucose. Since there is a drop, this will think I need to eat something. This something must be sugar. So it sends signal to your brain, eat sugar. That's one part. Second part, in diabetes, even after full meal, even after eating some sweets, they will always have sugar cravings. What is the problem? That's a tough part, you know. A diabetes person is supposed to have less sugar, but they will have sugar cravings. So controlling diabetes is very difficult. Prevent. So what is the problem? Understand the physiology. The physiology is that you have body cells. Okay. There is a capillaries, blood vessels flowing through the cells. Now this blood vessel, it has blood and this blood has high sugar. This blood will go in the capillaries and then the tissues. Now this blood is going, but the glucose, when it comes to the glucose that it has to be uptake by this cell, there is a problem. The problem is that either insulin is deficient. You need insulin for glucose transfer from blood to the cell. One. Or it may be insulin resistant diabetes. where there is some antigen, some problem is there, something that this blood glucose is not transferring inside the cells. So that is a problem. And now imagine this is a brain cell. So there is a satiety center, there is a brain cell that feels that, yes, my blood glucose level is sufficiently high now, and I'm satisfied I have eaten sufficient. Now, because of the diabetes, this blood from glucose from blood doesn't get transmitted to brain cells. The brain cells feels like I'm not satisfied. I didn't get enough glucose, so I need more. So there are two options. So I can continue eating more, but my stomach is full, so I cannot eat more. For that, the solution is sweets. That's why their brain will tell them, eat sweets, eat sweets. So three mechanisms. One is in the diabetes. In normal people, two mechanisms. One is rapid rise, rapid fall, and second is dopamine release. Because your sweet is acting as your reward actually to feel good. Now someone may ask, sir, actually chocolate gives me dopamine. Chocolate makes me feel good. Yeah, some component of the dark chocolate that is good for you. So that component need not necessarily be mixed with sugar, if that is your thing. But you will not like that component without sugar. That component is called cocoa. So cocoa powder is available. Chocolate powder is also available. Cadbury sells both. But people don't buy cocoa powder. People buy chocolate powder. This chocolate powder will have sugar, it will have chocolate, and it will have cocoa also. Only 20%. You don't want 80% cocoa because the taste you will not like. But actually, this 20% cocoa, which is there in chocolate powder, which is there in chocolate, that is something you are feeling good with. That is releasing your dopamine. So if you are the chocolate person, but there are other people whose dopamine is released, they get rewarded with by eating sweets. So this goes to the culture. Whenever you are happy, when there is a celebration, when there is a reward system, you are rewarded with sweets. Childhood. It takes a lot of efforts to stop it. What is the problem? The problem is the forest. Listen carefully now. So you have a dense forest. There are big trees. There are some shrubs. There are grasses, small plants. You want to make a new road. You want to create a new habit of not eating sweets at the end. So if that is something very fresh, you just need to clear some grass and shrubs and small plants. You can still make the path in this forest. But if the forest is so dense and huge trees are there, you will need a lot of tools, machinery, time, and a lot of efforts to cut these trees. That is tough. That's why old habits, old beliefs, they are so difficult to make a path inside the forest because they have grown to be trees. So eating healthy, it starts from the childhood. That doesn't mean that you will tell your child not to eat sweets, sugars, and chocolates. Don't tell your child not to eat chocolate because you will get fat. No, they don't understand that concept. Tell your child to not to eat chocolate because your teeth will decay. Don't give a chocolate as a reward to the child. Yeah, if you perform well, I will give you chocolate. That is not a reward. I will give you pizza. There are other rewards. I will give you something else. KFC, 9D, what you want. So don't create the belief that the reward is the chocolate. Reward is the ice cream. Reward is the cake. Number two, there are always going to be some children who are very fond of chocolate. Child is a child. If your child asks you two chocolates, buy them 50 chocolates. 50, 50. Keep a huge stock of chocolate at your house. This is what I have tried. If something is scarce, something is less available at some time, they will eat more. But if something they see day and out, what is this? What? Yeah. I'm not interested in eating chocolate. Yeah. It's a boring thing. It's not a reward anymore. It is something which is as easily available as rice and roti at my home. So there is a stop. But see, that if you eat chocolate, you have to brush your teeth or you have to do mouthwash plus eat salad. So that's the rule is there. So if it acts as a lot of trouble for you to brush your teeth and salad and mouthwash, then you will not eat. Plus, you should also know what is the punishment for eating chocolate. So I'm not going to punish you. The punishment for the eating chocolate is teeth, tooth decay. So there will be surgery. So surgery is the punishment for eating chocolate. Do you want to undergo surgery? So this is not something, this is which I have frightened my child of. No, I have educated her. So chocolates without mouthwash, without vegetables, tooth decay, surgery, or tooth replacement, which is a far painful surgery. So I personally don't eat chocolate anytime. I keep chocolates with me, I distribute, I give it people, and I don't eat. If someone I gives, they share, I say, no, I don't eat. Out of respect for you, no. I'm not going to respect you and do my tooth decay. So you also need to maintain that. See, you cannot show your cravings or you are like, oh, so nice cake, oh, so nice chocolate, and then tell your child that don't eat chocolate. No, you have created a reward system. You appreciated the cake once. Now your child will have the craving. So if you're enjoying it, keep it quiet. Please ask some questions by this time. So what do we do by giving insulin? So when you give insulin to the patient, when patient takes the insulin, the glucose from the blood vessel, the artery, will go into the cells of the body. The problem in the diabetes is that this glucose was not able to transmit into the cells. So that's why you are giving insulin. If your pancreas is able to secrete insulin, very good. If they not, then you will need this. Akshay is asking, does star anise water help in sugar cravings? You can try that. So scientifically, they have tried and tested these 5 foods. You can add and think for yourself something more. So sometimes, it's a placebo effect. You believe that star anise water will help me sugar cravings because since childhood you have been trying it and it is working for you. Very good. So to prevent sugar cravings, I do ginger water, simple ginger water, even without lemon also. Right. So ginger doesn't help for sugar cravings, but I have a belief when I get a sugar craving, I will drink my ginger water. I'm liking it. Anyways, it is good. But when I have a regal sugar cravings, so what I do, I cut salad, put apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar and eat it. Again, if you're above the age of 40, you should avoid taking salt in your salad. You can continue normal salt in your rice, dal, sabji and roti, but in salad you will avoid. Mona is asking, her client eats guava fruit at night to curb sugar cravings. Is it okay? Absolutely okay. So I tell you now, fruits, that's a very valid question. Can I eat fruits to prevent my sugar craving? Because the fruits have sugar. They are at least healthier as compared to the glucose, other sugar. So they are better than dessert. So can I eat fruits to satisfy my sweet cravings? Answer is probably yes. It is better than dessert because dessert has more harmful things in that. So you are satisfying your sugar craving with a fructose, the sugar which is found in fruits. Absolutely valid answer. There is one benefit and one problem with that. So one problem is that Fructose at the end will get converted to glucose. So sequence is top means no sugar, either fruit or dessert. The second compromise will be fruits, which is better than the last one, which is having sweets, eating sugar, eating chocolate, ice cream, cakes, and dessert. Right. So this is better at least. But remember, sometimes diabetes patients also they think that fructose or fruit is a good sugar, so I can eat as many as I want to satisfy. No, at the end, this will also get converted to glucose in your blood, and this will show as a high glucose level. So, if you ask me, can I eat fruits to satisfy my cravings? Answer is yes. It's better than eating sweets. But you have to objective is this. Now, now there is a benefit of fruits also. So you remember that if you drink Coke, if you drink fruit juice, refined fruit juice without pulp, a fruit juice with pulp, and a fruit, right? And if you track your rise of glucose, how rapid it rises and how rapid it falls. So rapid rise will be and rapid fall will be Coke. Then second, little gradual will be refined sugar, but still rapid. Now the pulp juice has some fibers in it. That is what preventing your rapid rise. The last one is the fruit. It is definitely have a gradual rise and slow fall. Much better. So to satisfy your this craving, can we include your fruit instead of at the end in the beginning? Because it is also, in addition to your sugar cravings, it is also giving you fibers. As soon as you have fibers from this experiment, you know that when you have fibers in your diet in the beginning, either vegetable or fruits, that is reducing your glucose spike and gradual fall. That's the objective. Then you will not have sugar cravings. Now second question may be, sir, can I eat juice? Can I drink juice? So answer is yeah, still better than dessert. But fruit is better than juice. Not having sugar craving is better. If you have sugar craving, fighting it is better by something. So to fight sugar craving, it's a very tough task. You need a very strong willpower. The knowledge that you will have disease, the knowledge that you will die does not help. You need a willpower that I want a healthy life. You can eat any fruit, mango, guava, anything is okay. Anything. Better than desserts. Yeah. Now someone may ask that, can I eat mango kulfi? Yeah. Without milk, sir. Yeah, but it has sugar, my dear. Can I drink mango juice? Whatever mango juice you have, it will have sugar. And mango is mango. Better. Good questions. Taranjit is asking, how does calcium affect blood sugar level? I'm not sure on this question. Like, is it a, like, I'm not sure of this. How does the calcium affect blood sugar level? So, are you talking of hyperparathyroidism and all those things? A normal person having sugar and blood sugar. So we don't, diabetes person also, we don't measure the calcium. There is no protocol for measuring calcium. There is no linkage to that. And if you're talking of, if some TikTok reel you have read where it says that eating calcium reduces your blood sugar, that is complete lie. There is no scientific basis to it. And you cannot take artificial calcium. Calcium tablets are more harmful. Yeah, even if you need calcium supplement, the calcium tablet is going to be more harmful as compared to natural calcium you can eat from some fruits, food like soybean, eggs, chicken. And any calcium tablet, there is a risk of renal calculi. So whatever you do, you have to think of benefit versus risk. Right? So fruit, eating fruit to satisfy your sugar cravings. What is benefit versus risk? Benefit is much better than risk actually in this case. Okay. So Pranoti is asking a good question. Can a diabetic person starts with first fiber first? When a diabetic person starts, so that's our recommendation that either you are don't wait for diabetes to start this recommendation. Even if you are non-diabetic or pre-diabetic, you should start your meal with fibers, vegetables, salad, fruits. The benefit is that there is the spike will not be higher. It will be lower. There will be gradual rise and there will be gradual fall. That's what you want. That is the objective. Now, if you are like, so this is one of the intervention for diabetes. If you are talking of diabetic patient, this is one of the intervention. Other interventions are like preventing sweets, adding apple cider vinegar, with exercise, all those things, right? So now the question is, correct question is, after some interventions in a diabetic patient, when should I check the blood glucose? If you have home glucose monitor, check it daily. Keep a track, keep a log of it, right? Every morning before your tea, empty stomach, check your blood sugar. 2 hours after your meal, check your blood sugar. Every day you can do if you are a diabetic and you are very cautious. Another way is you can do HbA1c. Yeah, it easily gives you data of last 4 months that you are done HbA1c today. After 5 months or 4 months, you do your HbA1c again. If it is higher, you are doing cheating, or it's not necessarily you are doing cheating. It's in the tendency of the disease in your body, in the diabetes, that it is not controlled with lifestyle changes also. So here you will need some medicines. Okay. Now, patients are very smart. Huh? They ask, uh, if diabetes is not getting controlled by lifestyle changes, and I'm still anyways going to take medicines, yeah, why to take care of so many things? Yeah, valid question, absolutely okay. Why you need to take care is because the dose of drug will be less. And with any drug comes side effects. Why you need to take care is your disease will not progress rapid. See, you are not diabetic at one stage of your life. At the age of 40, you will not diabetic. Similar genes, you would have developed diabetes, frank diabetes, by the age of 50. If you would have managed your lifestyle. You didn't manage your lifestyle, that's why it is showing at the age of 40. Now, if you do not take care of yourself, your lifestyle, including food and all, what I'm telling you, then the diseases, morbidities, comorbidities, heart attack, low performance, low memory, stroke, some other problem, kidney failure will happen earlier. You could prevent it till 70 years, 80 years, even while you are diabetic and managing if you're managing lifestyle changes. So the benefit is the quality of life. The benefit is adding 5 more years. See, if you have a diabetes, 5 years are already gone. So you remember in our calculator, which we learned. So there is a question whether you are a diabetic. There is no question whether diabetes is under control or not control. So either the diabetes is control, not control, life is going to be less. Now the question is about quality of life. Okay, and prevention of or delay of certain conditions. Renal failure, heart attack, stroke, memory loss, neuropathies. So you want to delay it for them. That's why it is important to visit me every week and every 4 months with HbA1c report. So Bhavna is asking, in our culture, we eat all this raw mango rice, tamarind rice, festivities and summer. This, see, don't worry so much. The objective of this training is not to like have a perfect life and all 12 months I'm going to be perfect. No. You have festivals, you enjoy that. Don't worry so much. Unless there is a condition that you need to take care of something. So just I will give you example. That is an interesting question. The age of 50 years having undergone angioplasty. Age of 70 years having undergone angioplasty. Both the clients separately, they come to you and they ask, can I eat sweets? Can I eat McD? Can I eat pizza? What will you tell? Huh? So 50 year you will tell no. 70 year you will say yes. Yeah. If you are craving for one pizza, eat two pizzas. Eat daily. And he says, yeah, very good. Right. Right. So that's the difference. So just if you are normal, enjoying your life, eating something doesn't matter. Certain days you are tempted to enjoy, certain days are their festivities. You must enjoy. You're absolutely okay. But if you want a healthy lifestyle, then you will need to, out of 365 days, more than 300 days, you need to have a good diet. Good diet means the good thali. 60 days you can do what you want. So, lot of time for enjoying. Now this 300 days, from where it come? Okay. It is arbitrary, not by any scientific method. It's like if you want to develop body muscle or if you want to be fit, so exercise 3 times a week. Why? Because you cannot exercise 7 days in a row. If you can exercise 7 days in a row, that's the best part actually, right? But it's a compromise recommendation to reduce your target. If you tell a child you have to score 100 marks, the child will stop going to school. But if you tell your objective is 90% because your level is 90 actually, that is okay then. Or if you tell someone that your level is 70% and your objective is 70, they score 75, that is sufficient. Similarly, you are trying to reduce the goal so that people are more motivated to exercise. So the end goal is 7 days. So yeah, to start, goal is 5 days, 3 days, 4 days, 3 days to start. Similarly, if someone is starting on the journey of good food, healthy food, so the objective is not every 365 days you must have good food. Have good food maximum days, whichever days you can. Then there is a slow growth. All those people who have sudden shift in their diet, it maintains for 1 week. After then 8th day they order pizza, and 9th day they order 5 or 10 ice creams. Out of that, 80% ice cream they eat, and remaining they share. 10th day they ice cream half kg cake, eat alone. Half kg another cake for family. The switch has to be gradual. Always ask what is your thali, and during this thali you modify either the sequence or modify the items. Good question. Please ask any other question. No questions? Please ask something. At this point, we should take care of HbA1c. Okay, that's a good question. So during period menstruation, how do you manage your cravings? So the problem during menstruation is not that you have the sugar cravings actually. The problem is you need some reward mechanism to satisfy your brain because you're suffering physically. There are hormonal changes happening. There is a pain. So it's like you want to reward yourself. So what is the easiest way to reward? Eating sugar. Eating chocolate that contains cocoa, it is releasing your dopamine. Actually, the cocoa is releasing dopamine. Plus, the sugar, the dessert, whatever you're eating, cake or chocolate, it is acting as your reward. That yeah, you are suffering so much, so have a reward. So this goes to your parenting, okay? And that's why you're feeling. So can we change that reward mechanism? So it needs a lot of willpower and your own decision. What can be your other reward? You can cook something or other vegetable which you like, another meal which you like. You can go for a shopping on husband's credit card. You can pamper yourself with some spa or something. That can be your reward mechanism. So you will need to change your reward mechanism. Yeah. And plus remember, there are going to be days when you are weak, emotionally weak. So these are these days. It's okay to have sugar craving. It's okay to eat sugar. No problem. Don't forget. Don't worry so much. So out of the 30 days, there are going to be some days when you are weak and you are vulnerable. So these are your most vulnerable days. You do what you like to do on those days. Absolutely okay. Yeah. Unless someone is in the business of modeling and all those career, right? So then she will need to take care all 30 days. So if the answer is, what can I do for sugar cravings during period? Answer is satisfied. If you like cake, order half kg. Don't eat one pastry. If you like chocolate, eat two chocolates. No problem. It's not that harmful. The harmful is if you try to prevent your cravings and because of this you get irritable and shout at people, then there is a problem. That is far costlier problem. You need to understand. Yeah? You're a human being. You are going to have some tough days. You need to enjoy those days. Even outside your menstruation period days, menstruation cycle days, there are going to be some days when you're vulnerable. It's okay. Enjoy that. I'm not going to be idealistic and say, no, no, you must not eat. You must stop yourself. Yeah, no one can stop. We don't have that motivation unless we are earning money out of our looks. Once you're married, you really don't care. Yeah, good question. Please ask more question. Probably controlling your cravings is easier for someone who has some food allergy, any food allergy, either it can be a glucose or lactose or anything, because they have been trained so long by themselves to prevent such some foods, right? So their anterior mid-cingulate cortex has expanded, their willpower has expanded to control their impulses. So if your willpower is stronger, you can control your impulse of cravings for sugar. So instead of when you have the cravings, instead of eating your sweets, someone in your house is eating in front of you sweets. And what you do? You cut salad, put apple cider vinegar and eat it smiling. Yeah, you are not crying or you are not saying that I'm sacrificing. No, no one told you. We want you to be pig. Eat like a pig. Become a pig. We don't want you to sacrifice. Eat something, what you like. It is for your own benefit. It is for your own will you are doing. So when you are doing sacrificing something, you cannot have sadness in your heart or on your face that you are sacrificing. No, that is not a sacrifice. Sacrifice definition per se is you are not doing something which you want to do, and that's something you are not doing so that other person will benefit. So there is only one dessert, and both of you want to eat, and you are sacrificing that I will not eat, you eat. Then it is a sacrifice. But if you are not eating for your health benefit, then that is not a sacrifice. Yeah? That is a choice which you have made. So next time when there is only one cake and two of you are there, don't say, no, no, you eat, I will not eat. Don't say that. You say very clear statement. I don't want to eat because I want to control my sugar cravings or whatever is the reason. I don't want to eat. Yeah. Don't fool them or fool yourself by saying that no, no, I want you to eat, that's why I'm not eating. No. Please ask question. Those who are conscious for look, they are the another easy people who can control their cravings, for anything. So if you tell them that it is better for your skin, they are like more likely to follow because they also have a stronger willpower to do certain things, to not do certain things which they are supposed to. It boils down to your willpower, anterior mid cingulate cortex, how strong it is. You cannot develop it in. Hmm. Okay, Darshan is asking, can for diabetic, can we suggest cornflakes at the night? You can suggest cornflakes at any time of the day. Yeah. So if has the client asked you like, can I eat cornflakes at the night? It's not a recommendation that eating cornflakes in the night benefits you. Probably this is a question coming from the client. Can I eat cornflakes in the night? Yes, you can eat anything and everything in the night. No problem, except it should not be sugars. Absolutely okay. Now, can I eat cornflakes with the milk? Yeah, no, sir. Actually, milk is not good for, uh, so put it in water. So, sir, I cannot afford milk. No problem. So you put the cornflakes in water and eat it. So probably Darshana has a brand or business selling cornflakes. That's why she's asking this question. Yeah. Or maybe her someone at her home. Now, this question, can diabetic patient eat with fruits? We already answered this, but I will still repeat this answer. This is a very important question and very common. Understand, we come to the concept of three concepts: normal meal, fruits, and sugar free. Under the name of sugar free, you are spoiling the diabetic patient. There are serious problem in that. Right? The concept of sugar free is wrong itself. Because you are diabetic, you are allowed to, no, I can eat only sugar free. Stupid. The sugar is not the glucose, only glucose in that dessert. There are other components in the dessert that is the major glucose as compared to the sugar, real sugar it would have. So eating sugar free is not protecting you. You were supposed to prevent, you were supposed to uh, not eat glucose. You were supposed to not eat sweets. There is another problem. The your brain cells, it needs glucose to satisfy itself. It doesn't need sugar-free sweets. No. You understand? So you need glucose. Now imagine there is a diabetic person. That person is eating normal sweets. This has normal sugar. So that person brain will get satisfied earlier with one rasgulla. Whereas this person will need to eat 3 rasgulla, 4 rasgulla to satisfy the glucose level which their brain cell has to reach. It means now they think that because they're eating sugar free, they have the license to eat more. No, stupid. So sugar glucose is less as compared to the glucose content in the overall sweets you are going to have. You understand? And glucose is not the only problem. There is something else, fat also. Why you forget? Plus, there is something more. You are rewarding your brain with your sweets, satisfying sweet craving with false sweet, which is equally harmful. So you need to stop your cravings. That is the thing which you need to do. So sugar free versus sugar. Sugar sweet dessert is much better. Don't fool yourself. There is one more problem. In most of the sugar free in the market, they cause intestinal problems. So the villi on your intestines, they get damaged if you are a person who is eating sugar free every time. So sugar free is a brand name. Huh? Understand this. Yeah. So that has become equivalent with something else. Like it's like absolute zero sugar. But sir, there is a sugar in the laddu itself. Even without putting sweets, it still has sugar. It has glucose in it. So malabsorption also happens, those who are on some kind of sugar substitute. So correct wording for sugar free is sugar substitute. So under the name of sugar free, if it is a sweet, that doesn't mean it is free of all the problematic things. It still has sugar, it still has glucose, it still has fats. Now come to the concept of fruits. So the fruits, the problem is glucose, nah? Sugar is the problem. So that's why we are eating sugar free, right? The sugar substitute. But sir, problem is another glucose is there in the whole content. Same is problem with fruits. Yeah, you told me not to eat sugar. So I'm eating fruits to satisfy my cravings. Yeah, but the fruits have fructose. In chemistry, it is also sugar. And this fructose in your body will go and become glucose. So if you think that, yes, you are diabetes, so you have the license to eat 5 fruits to satisfy your sugar craving. No, sir. You can probably, if before non-diabetic would eat 2, you can eat 1. But it is still better than so-called sugar-free or sugar-substituted dessert. So sugar substituted dessert is worse. Yeah, it is better. This fruit is better. The objective is no sweets. So now when you say no sweet, the patient get confused. Okay, can I eat laddu without sugar? Answer is yes. Why? Because we are allowing them to eat roti. Yeah, we are allowing them to eat wheat. So what is another culprit in the laddu? No problem. You eat, sir. You enjoy. Don't be like such a monster and Hitler. No, you cannot eat laddu also. Why? What is it? क्या दुश्मनी है बेचारे ने क्या बिगाड़ा आपका खाने देना उसको जीने देना लाइफ they are trying to control certain things so they are trying to fool their mind that see I'm eating laddu without absolute sugar, no sugar free, no sugar substitute, no sugar, but I'm satisfied my craving. Absolutely okay, sir. How many can I eat? 10 because it doesn't have sugar. Oh sir, don't do like this. Yeah, so eat one. You understand? So once the stomach is full, so your mind cannot tell your body to eat more, right? That is a problem. That's why you need sugar. So it is saying something which is so densely dense glucose. You understand? That's why you have sweet cravings. You don't have craving for the food when you're satisfied. You have craving for the sweets, and that will come from the dense something. Good question. So now if again the question is, can diabetic patient eat food with the fruits or the cornflakes with the fruits? So there is no complication of cornflakes and the diabetes. And the fruits are better than sweets. Yes. So answer is yes. But remember, explain the client that sugar-free is not the license to eat 5 laddus. Sugar substitute is not the license. Same way, fruits is not the protective thing. Fruits is not something that can replace your sweet. Yeah, you cannot eat 5 fruits to satisfy your sugar cravings because it is going to be harmful. At the end, it is going to get converted to glucose. You will lose your blood glucose control. Questions? Very good questions. So don't be too idealistic where you want a strict. Yeah. So what about the dates means? Yeah. What is the question? Eat dates. Who is stopping you? Unless you have allergy to the dates or you are like germophobia, so conscious, no, the dates are dirty. Yeah. So for any and every condition, don't wait for diabetes to eat dates. So if the question Pranuj is asking, sir, can I eat dates in diabetes? Why you need to wait for diabetes for the dates? Yeah, you can eat right now. If the question is, can a diabetic eat dates? The answer is yes. There is nothing stopping them to eat. Now there are dates which are without sugar also. So there are two types of dates, three types of actually. One is dried dates, which are for animals. Yeah, humans should not eat it. Yeah, if you are eating dried dates, it means not good. Huh? Low self-esteem is so low. Don't do that. So there is a date which is naturally plucked from the tree and it is still wet. It is still wet. Good taste. It has natural sugars. It tastes like a fruit. Very nice. The third is the dates which are dipped in the sugar syrup. Very bad. Very, very bad. Even if you are a normal human being without diabetes, you should eat this natural fruit dates. And if you are feeding to your animal at your house, you know who's that animal. So you can buy dry dates then. Now don't ask a question about TikTok reels, where the dates powder, dried dates, it has some benefit. I'm looking for some scientific evidence. Talk to me science. Some research you show me. How many people and all those things. Otherwise, anyone can say anything. A cow dung powder, it reduces your cancer. Done. Start daily. What? Hmm. Only because you are using common sense in this cow dung powder. That's why. Why don't you use your common sense in other things? Green coffee, green ghee, ghee coffee, something, something. I don't know what is that. Avocado. What is this? Hmm. What is lean protein, Gayatri? Can you give examples, please? I do not know the concept of lean protein actually. This is again a TikTok concept. Yeah, can please someone clarify? There is no medical wording for lean protein. So what you're talking of is probably mutton versus chicken now. Yeah. So mutton has is a high source of protein, but it has fats also, more fats as compared to chicken. Chicken has more of proteins. So better than chicken will be eggs. Proteins, proteins, proteins. If you remove the yolk, pure protein, up minimum fat. Yeah. Now, if you ask the question about our lean protein, which is there is no wording called a lean protein actually. So probably the correct wording should be, is chicken good for fatty liver? So there is no contraindication for eating chicken in fatty liver. But the correct question is, what are the food items which I should eat for fatty liver? That is a correct question. So your topmost priority will be glucose. And something which you need to reduce will be fats. Now, protein doesn't matter what you do. Yeah, the liver is not so much impaired that your protein capacity is lost, but it is impaired that its fat capacity is lost or reduced. So you need to reduce your fats and you need to increase your glucose. And you need to add certain things which protects liver. You need to add certain anti-inflammatory food. So what are the list of anti-inflammatory food? All your berries, nuts, vegetables, fruits. Yeah, probiotics. Reduce the inflammatory foods, fried foods, junk food, junk drinks, canned food, packed chips, all those things, packed food. So you reduce your anti-inflammatory food, you reduce your inflammatory food, add anti-inflammatory food, and you add glucose, reduce your fats. Now, when you talk of the concept of lean protein, which is not there, so the correct question you're asking is, see, the mutton is protein with more fat. So your objective is reduce fat. So you are going to shift to chicken, eggs, and soybean seeds or soybean flour. Good question, Gayatri. though the phrasing was. What about fish? Good. So there is no contraindication of eating fish in fatty liver condition, if that is your question. So protein, there is no recommendation that you need to reduce or increase or decrease. Yeah? It's okay. See, where do you need more protein? That concept you need to understand. That is a nephrotic syndrome, where you will need more protein because you are losing the protein. So fatty liver is more about the game of glucose and the fats, plus adding anti-inflammatory food. If alcohol is the cause of your means client's fatty liver, you need to tell the client of that. Now you can add some Ayurvedic medicines also for fatty liver. Yeah, that's good. You can ask now question on the topic which we have done today. Next 1 minute for that questions. Then after that, I will give you time to ask any questions. Please ask question. You can ask any silly question. I'm open for that. I will answer very sincerely. You can ask some foolish question. You can rephrase it wrongly like Gayatri did. I will still answer it. It's okay. One time I met one Chennai boy. He was probably in 8th or 9th standard. I met him in Mumbai, some event. Okay. He was the speaker, so I went and interacted with him, appreciated him. He was like, Mumbai is so hot and extremely, like, it's very crazy here, so hot. I just asked, like, where do you normally live? So he said, Chennai. Is Chennai not hot? He said, no, it's very comfortable. I came back home and I was thinking, how is this possible? I compared all the maps, the weather things, and everything. Did my all research. Called some people in house Chennai because my experience whenever I visited Chennai, I came back complete tan and roasted. And how is this possible? This kid is saying. Then I realized, oh, the father is so rich. This kid has never experienced Chennai heat. Huh? The complete house is full AC. Goes by car. The complete school campus is AC. Bathroom is also AC. So this kid has never experienced Chennai heat, living in Chennai. Yeah, you understand? So today I'm feeling so cold. I was going to say actually, it's so cold today, isn't it? Then I realized, yeah, actually, this is it's very hot otherwise. In case of diabetic patient with fatty liver, that's a very critical question Akshara has asked. Very good, Akshara. You are thinking like a good nutritionist and dietitian. Very good. Now we just discussed the fatty liver. The game is high glucose and low fat. Yeah, sir. But if he has diabetes, then what will you do? Now you need to ask yourself question. What is my priority? Yeah. So are you more going to die? This particular patient is going to likely die with diabetes or fatty liver. Yeah. So if you take glucose to manage your fatty liver, this glucose also you can manage if you're diabetic with some medicines, insulin, you can manage this, right? If your objective is fatty liver as a number one priority, because now the condition is deteriorating. Now fatty liver can occur because of three things. Broad, okay? Don't worry about 10 list. One is infection. Number two, alcohol. Number three, all others. Hereditary, known, unknown, I don't know what, something happened. Yeah. Just three categories. If it is infection, manage the infection. Then your priority is going to be fatty liver. If it is alcoholic, then even simply reducing or avoiding the alcohol itself heals your fatty liver in next 6 months, 12 months. If it is third condition, and if you have reached the state where 50%, 25% liver is damaged, you will need to do something about it. So till 25, you can enjoy, no problem. It's again arbitrary. There is no science for that. So if you have 20% damaged liver, okay, you enjoy, still drink it, continue, very good. Yeah, keep managing your diabetes. But now it's 25, more than 25. Now your bilirubin is high. You have a jaundice. You are developing certain other conditions. You have pain. You have enlarged liver. Yeah, some metabolism is getting affected. Now it's a time you focus on your fatty liver. Start taking more glucose for that. You understand? So anything you do, you need to manage benefit versus risk. Because for glucose, for diabetes, there are methods to control it. Medicines to control it, medicine, injection, whatever you give. So if you have a diabetic with fatty liver patient which needs fatty liver as a focus, you will work for fatty liver. Anti-inflammatory food will work for both, no problem. Inflammatory food you are avoiding, and high glucose food you need to take. But to manage diabetes, you will add medicines, you will add insulin. There is no other solution. And anyways, there is one more thing. High insulin will not kill you. I worry so much. Yeah. Yeah. Right now, not today. So in diabetes, what kills you? What kills diabetes patient in early age? It is a low sugar actually. Someone who's diabetic, someone who is taking insulin. So if they miss the dose of their food after insulin, or they miss their breakfast, they will hypoglycemia and they will go unconscious, sometimes die also, right? So in diabetes, our problem, more worry is about low glucose. If you are high glucose for a few months, no problem. Only last 5 years will be gone. Don't worry. Yeah. Anyways, your children will pray for you to go at the last 5 years. Why worry so? You are fulfilling the wish of your children. Good question, Akshara. But now, if there is a diabetic patient which is under your management, develop the fatty liver. So how do you diagnose fatty liver? Most likely this diagnosis will be based on sonography. If it is at early stage, a routine sonography or some other condition, they have gone and they did the sonography and they found that, okay, 10% is fatty liver. Right. So in this case, your focus will not shift from diabetes to fatty liver. Focus is always diabetes. And for fatty liver, you add non-inflammatory foods, reduce inflammatory food, avoid alcohol. Right? Because whatever you are eating, it still has decent glucose to help you. And it will take more time probably. If someone is having fatty liver, 10%, and they take glucose, they will heal in 6 months. But someone who has fatty liver and they are not taking additional glucose, they will heal in 1 year. Because the liver has inbuilt capacity to heal itself. Right? So you don't need to worry about liver so much. If you cut liver half, it can regrow. Similarly, if the liver is damaged, it can still regenerate by own. By adding glucose, you are speeding up that process. So what is the mechanism? What you are doing is, see, when you have more glucose, this excess glucose will get converted to glycogen in the liver. And this glycogen will be stored in the liver. So what you are trying to do is you are trying to keep more of glycogen and reduce fats in the liver cells. That's how it is happening. So there is no research for this product, but I will tell you one thing, which is my personal belief, my opinion. You can try and choose it. So this opinion is about the fatty liver. Okay. But there is a scientific basis about use of this product for reducing your cholesterol. So there is Ayurvedic medicine, Arjun Rust tablet, right? So it helps reduce cholesterol. How it does? It secretes more bile in the intestine. So liver produces bile, stores in gallbladder. When you eat, this bile is secreted. This bile has some enzymes and it has high cholesterol. So if you lose more of your bile, your cholesterol level slowly will decrease. Correct? Right? So your fat will decrease slowly. So Arjun Ras, it stimulates your gallbladder to secrete more bile. Arjun Ras, some one mechanism. Another mechanism, it reduces the reabsorption of this bile fat, bile cholesterol in your bloodstream. Second mechanism. That's the best part, right? Even if you have some, if you take some medicine or some product which will stimulate your gallbladder, this excess cholesterol in the intestine will still get reabsorbed. Problem not solved. So Arjun Ras works at both the level. Now, this is how your cholesterol is lower. Now come to the fatty liver. Now there is no scientific evidence for that, whether Arjun Ras helps in fatty liver. But if you understand this mechanism, you can try it actually. Probably the Ayurvedic medicines which are there for fatty liver, like Leaf 52 and all, they may have some component which is from the Arjun Ras. We need to check actually. This is a good idea. You can check it. Okay. Okay. So Bhavana is asking, is Karela juice really efficient in managing reducing blood sugars? Any scientific study which proves it? Okay. So there are food, there are some vegetables which are anti-inflammatory, right? Which helps your beta cells of islets of Langerhans secrete insulin. There are some food which helps reduce, increase your sensitivity of glucose, sensitivity of insulin, so that glucose gets transferred in the blood. Karela juice, by Ayurveda, it is said to be there. Yeah. So we will assume that if Ayurveda is saying, we'll take it. Okay. The benefit of this assumption is there is no problem, there is no side effect. Right? You will not assume something, you will not consider any benefit if we will question scientific evidence if it is coming from something like green coffee, green ghee, something like that. Right? Because that is all the marketing branding tactic. So Karela juice, absolutely okay. Cucumber juice. So there is a scientific evidence definitely for Loki, bottle gut, that it reduces cholesterol and atherosclerosis. There is a scientific evidence that garlic and onion, they improve your health of the blood vessels. Yeah. But the dose has to be that. So what has done this? All the companies, they have like developed capsules of onion molecules, garlic capsule, yeah, cinnamon capsule. Now I can eat my garlic daily, my dear. I don't need your capsule. And all this garlic in the capsule is dried up. And I don't know how did you produce it? What scientific method you use to sterilize it? I don't want to take a risk of infection. Plus, it is dried up. Many things are already gone. So how do you eat your garlic properly? You peel the garlic, cut the garlic, don't crush it, cut it, and leave it for some time, half hour. Then a particular molecule that gets activated when it comes in contact with the air. That molecule, activated molecule, is beneficial. You eat it. So all this Karela juice, cucumber juice, Loki juice, directly vegetables, everything is good. Okay, probably the vegetable juice, they are better because they still have some active ingredient in them, antioxidants. But the packed, now if you ask me, packed Karela juice versus made at home, obviously made at home is going to be fresh and more nutritional. Because these molecules are very sensitive. Either they get destroyed when they come in contact with the air, the sunlight, or over short period, 30 minutes, 1 hour. So that's why having homemade vegetable juice is much better. Have you eaten Karela? So most of the people, they don't like Karela, right? Even after cooking, they find it bitter. So they are not, they were ever in the world can imagine themselves drinking Karela juice. Bitter God. The name itself is bitter. So you cannot force it like, no, no, you have diabetes to start drinking Karela juice. If someone asks me, can I drink Karela juice? Yes, yes, yes. Even if you don't have diabetes, you drink it. I hope you don't have a client who asks how many Karela juice glasses can I drink. Yeah. So they are not so fond of it. Please ask another question. So now the question is, when should I take apple cider vinegar and how should I take? Never ever take apple cider vinegar concentrated in a spoon and drink it. It will burn your trachea and certain things. Sorry, it will burn your esophagus. Okay, so you don't want to take that risk. So always 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in one full glass 200 ml of water. You have to dilute it. It's so acidic. It is more acidic than acid in your stomach. Number one, if you're putting it on vegetables, you can directly sprinkle it, drip it on your vegetables. Absolutely okay. And eat your vegetables. The question is, when should I eat it? When I have sugar cravings? No. If you miss it and you have sugar cravings, then you try to eat it. If you have that willpower, to instead of sugar, you eat salad with apple cider vinegar or drink your apple cider vinegar in water. When you are, but that is a not ideal. Ideal is you incorporate in your daily salad. You incorporate in your daily glass of water when you are drinking with the meal. One glass. Yeah. That's ideal. Anyone here doing apple cider vinegar on a daily basis as a routine? I don't. So it all comes to whether you are health conscious or not. Okay. So this is not something someone can motivate you or do something. You can motivate yourself. And once you are married, the motivation is gone. Huh? So 90% of people, 99, sorry, 99.9% people that objective served of good looks. If you are still health conscious after that, after marriage, it means you are really, really motivated person. Yeah. You can inspire your children. Very good. Ginger, cinnamon water, ginger water, jeera vella, green tea, anything that satisfy your craving. Absolutely. Green tea with lemon, ginger tea with lemon, ginger tea with apple cider vinegar, plain apple cider vinegar water. Yeah. Anything is okay. Do you want to do one experiment? So you purchase apple cider vinegar. Now, how do you identify good apple cider vinegar? It should come in a glass bottle, number one rule. If it is in plastic, acid in plastic bottle, you're going to, yeah. Next, it should have mother in it. Mother means the apple particles, original. It should not be filtered. It must be unfiltered. Yeah. So there is some marketing branding, filtered apple. I don't want that filter. I want the mother in it because this mother in it, apple particles, they are rich in microbial flora, which I want for my intestine. Number three, that uh, this it should not be dry. There are people who take apple cider vinegar capsule and everything. Yeah. Activated charcoal with apple cider vinegar. What stupid. Yeah. So the object of apple cider vinegar is apple cider vinegar with mother actually, with the microbial flora plus apple cider vinegar. What is your problem? The real way to take apple cider vinegar is in water, because most of it is going to get absorbed from the stomach and upper intestine. If you take it in capsule form, stomach is already gone then, right? The effect is gone. Plus, if it is dried, it doesn't have microbial flora then. I have found the Borges as a good company, Borgs, apple cider vinegar as a good company. I tried many of. Brought it, did means online and did not use it if it is a plastic bottle. The glass bottle, two companies they have. I think Dabur has it and Borges has it. But I like Borges better, personal choice. So now the experiment is every day. If you are eating salad, if you have started eating salad, put your apple cider vinegar in. You can put black pepper and salt if you like, or what is that? Jeera powder. What is English word for jeera? Cumin. Cumin powder. And or right, or only apple cider vinegar and salad. Absolutely okay. Or with every meal, 1 glass of water, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. I do it either one of the things every time, every day, I mean, at least dinner. You know, many of the dietitian and nutrition in the market, they have been trained so theoretical, so idealist that whenever client asks them question, they give an extremely idealist answer, not worrying whether this client will come back again or not. So don't do that. If a client doesn't like apple cider vinegar, there is a still option of lemon. There is option of cinnamon, curd. Even if you don't like any of this, then still there is a vegetable. It itself is good. If you don't want to eat vegetables, you have no inclination for managing your health. You have no interest. Such clients you will not get. Another question anyone has? So I will ask you a question. Yeah. What products you use for your face? Either the scrub or some cream or some mask. How do you select it? When you select, you see which fruit there is in it, like watermelon, pomegranate, right? So that is a lemon. Lemon extracts. Uh, I will cut lemon at home and apply my lemon. I don't want extracts. I want the complete lemon. And the fresh lemon has more things, more antioxidants in it, right? So the watermelon extract. I don't want you extract. Yeah, no. So there are harmful chemicals in it. Even there is a watermelon. There are additional harmful chemicals. Plus, this watermelon beneficial things are already gone during the process. I would cut my watermelon, eat it, apply it. Yeah. So most of the fruits, if you apply in your face, they have awesome effect. Whatever fruit is available at your home, apply daily one. All different fruits, different days. Whatever vegetable is available at your home, obviously it has to be juicy. You cannot apply the cabbage. So whatever vegetable available at your home, cucumber or what are the other juicy? I don't know. I use cucumber only. A tomato, yeah. So these are good. Similarly, for the beneficial effect of uh, turmeric, you don't need turmeric capsule. You are Indian, you are putting turmeric everywhere. You don't need a ginger or garlic capsule. You can cut and drink and eat, and you are eating it. But you will need multivitamins. You will need some minerals because most of our food is not so good. So you will need it. So whenever you select a multivitamin, you check the content. If it has calcium and iron both, don't buy it. It's because they are not made it rational. They don't understand the concept, even if it is a good company. Correct will have, both of them will not be there actually. The correct. Yeah. And you don't need iron on a routine basis. It is satisfied with your need, unless you have some reason for that. Calcium tablets you don't need. Now, some people ask, like, sir, for iron, satisfaction of iron, should I eat in iron utensils? Not required. Do you really think eating in iron utensils, your iron from the utensils eroded and going into your food? That is a questionable, yeah. That is just a fad. And second is, most of your food, vegetables, they have iron in them. Sufficient quantity. You don't need iron scraping for your tawa. Number three, the iron is stored very well in your body. Lot of storage is there, reserves are there. You don't need it artificially. Whatever is requirement, it is satisfied for your natural food, even if you are vegetarian. If you have excess flow and all these things, or you have anemia, then eating in iron utensils is not going to satisfy it. You will need iron tablets. Even that is not sufficient. You will need B6, B12. You will need zinc and vitamin C for better absorption of iron. So don't go and tell people to cook in the iron utensils. Say आपका iron बनता है. Unless that person is fourth pass, uh, working in farms and a farmer or a villager. Yeah. And especially for her, it is not going to help because she needs more iron. And iron tablet is less costly here. So which is a natural thing. So when it comes to iron, instead of natural iron from somewhere like scraping your utensils of iron, you will eat iron tablet because it is low costly and it is a stable molecule. And you need that dose. But when it comes to antioxidants, right? So you don't, the antioxidant, as soon as you have a capsule or tablet of antioxidant, the process of developing itself has destroyed it. And that is a costlier thing. The less expensive and a better antioxidant, fresh antioxidant, is the fresh food, the fresh vegetables, fruits. It applies for your skin and applies for your intake also. Unless you are in the business of selling some antioxidant molecule. Then if a client cannot afford that, you know what to do. Should we end today's class? No one has question. To answer this question, one more time we visit this question. Does Karela juice reduce blood sugar? See, someone who is a diabetic, so Karela juice itself will not reduce the blood sugar per se. Okay. Maybe some fruits or vegetables are there that protects, they have anti-inflammatory molecules, which protects your body from damaging effect of diabetes. There may be some vegetables which increase the secretion of insulin. There may be some vegetables that reduce your sugar cravings. Right? Through those mechanisms, it can help, but not directly as reducing your blood sugar. Now, if you take any juice or any fruit or vegetable, any vegetable per se, because of the fiber in it, it is reducing your glucose spike and making your gradual fall. So that itself is helping you. Plus, your vegetable juice or vegetables fresh, they have a lot of antioxidant, they have a lot of protective molecules that protect your body, other organs. So if your insulin is low, there is nothing you can do much. You will need to start insulin. If you are insulin resistance, then there are certain things you can do, including exercise, controlling your sugar, and all those things. So we meet next Sunday then. Those who are interested to take up pediatric nutrition, you can talk to me. Okay. Additionally, I will give a very good scholarship. Thank you, everyone. Have a great time. Bye.